The 4 simple, useful habits that you need to do every day to be fluent in English. Let's talk about it. The habits I'm going to talk about in this video are simple and free, and you can start implementing them today. These habits are called active learning, and that's why they are very effective despite them being so simple. The first habit you must develop if you want to be fluent in English is speaking habit. You need to develop a daily speaking habit. Practicing speaking daily is an important and useful habit when it comes to being fluent in English. This is because it stretches your muscles, and the more you speak in English, the more English becomes lighter in your speech muscles, and the more you get familiar with the language. And like most of you, I also didn't have someone to talk to when I started my English fluency journey, but I made it a rule that I had to practice my speaking skills at least 10 minutes a day. Whether it was by talking to myself, recording myself while speaking, shadowing. Shadowing is copying a native speaker, saying the exact words that they're saying. That is shadowing. Tongue twisters. One of the most common tongue twisters I loved was she sells seashells. I still don't know it yet. You can also practice your speaking skills by reading out loud. Spend at least 10 minutes a day to practice your speaking skills. Do any of these activities for at least 10 minutes a day. Speaking every day is a habit that you are gonna have to fix in your busy life if you want to be fluent in English. Habit number 2 is listening habit. A listening habit. You do not want to underestimate working on your listening skills. I hear most learners say that native speakers speak a little too fast for them and they cannot understand most of the words even when they're watching movies. And in as much as that sounds true, it kind of is not. Natives do not speak fast. They just contract their words, reduce their words. They're speaking to sound fast. And the earlier you learn that, the easier your listening and understanding becomes. The best way to practice your listening skills is listening to YouTube videos. There are several YouTube videos that help you with your English listening skills. You can also watch movies to improve on your listening, especially a movie that you've watched in your native language and you know the whole storyline, you know the whole character, you kind of know the dialogues and the monologues in the movie. You want to rewatch that movie in English. Shadowing is also another technique that you can use to improve on your listening skills. Shadowing is like a two-way sword. It's both for listening and speaking skills. You have to listen to what the native is saying and repeat what they're saying. So it's both listening and speaking skills. So use shadowing for both your listening and your speaking skills. Habit number 3, writing habit. You want to develop a writing habit in your daily life. The first rule of this habit though is ensure that you're writing your own sentences. And how do you practice writing in English and make sure you write your own sentences? By writing in your diary, writing in your journal, writing a bucket list, writing a shopping list, writing an itinerary when going on a trip. You can write your thoughts, your feelings, your goals. To make it easy, you can give your journal a name so that every time you write on it, you just mention that name and you kind of feel like you're talking to a person. It kind of makes you feel like you are talking to someone. So those are basically some of the ways that you can use to practice your writing skills. The 4th habit you need to develop to be fluent in English is a reading habit. Reading English storybooks, reading blogs. There's several materials out there that you can read in English. Newspapers, comics, documentaries, articles. You cannot miss something to read in English. Even the Instagram stories, some of them are in English. You can set your phone in English so that anytime you're on Instagram, the stories, everything is in English. Makes it easy for you because Instagram is something that you may visit on a daily basis, so it kind of makes it easy for you to read in English. Just ensure that you're reading a variety. This helps you capture various vocabulary words, which is very helpful. So those are basically the 4 daily habits you need to develop in order for you to become fluent in English. Listen, it's not going to be easy to implement all of them, but how do you ensure that you put in all the habits on a daily basis in your busy schedule? You need to have an English study plan. If you don't know how to make an English study plan, then you better watch this video. I hope this video was helpful, and with that being said, let's catch up in my next video. Bye bye.